Fuck it.
As you can hear, the Itsy Bitsy Spider playing in my background. I'm not ready, but everybody, welcome to the Elbow Drop Podcast, live from the top rope. I am Beef Mo Bones, and the only person who showed up on time was Ted Van Dam. I actually was supposed to be late, but I just had to show up just because nobody was here to press the freaking button. Because Bobby Miller told us with 2 minutes left that he might be late. Like he didn't know whether or not he was going to be late with the last 2 minutes.
What's
And
up,
I don't
Bobby?
even understand the concept of that.
What's up, Bobby? How you doing today?
So
Are we
we
watching from the
starting the show
bathroom?
off, and if you're distracted by my background, me too. I'm about to be very PG. I got my baby daughter right here. But somebody had to start the show, and I don't think Ted's ready to do a monologue.
I mean, I got like a good 15-minute set, but I need an audience. It's kind of weird.
I bet. Good luck.
but so what's up with rock climbers? I mean, like, what the fuck? I mean, think about it. Like, for real. Like, why? Get down. Yeah. Get the fuck down from there, man. You're old now. There's ladders now.
And like in retrospect, I probably should just cancel at this point.
It's all good, man.
All right, good show, guys. Let's go. See y'all next week.
You want to talk about those three lesbians on the SmackDown? I'm pretty sure I watched what's her name? The short one with the one that looks like she got beat up. So her name started with a Z. What her name? The blonde one. Or she used to be blonde. Bones Hill.
Zoe Stark?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she slid a finger to that the new Irish girl, the new Becky Lynch. There that guy go. What's up,
What
man?
up?
So Bobby,
I'm talking about sliding fingers in girls.
with 120 seconds left, you weren't sure whether or not you were going to be late?
You said what?
With 120 seconds left, you weren't sure whether or not you were going to be late.
With 100, it was more than 120 seconds.
You said that at 8:58. You said I might be late.
No, I didn't. Where my phone at?
It says the time next to the text, bro.
That's what I'm about to go look at.
Oh no, it was 10 minutes. That's not as bad.
Yeah, I'm about to say I remember it being 8:40 something.
All right,
It was right
well,
at 8:50.
Go ahead, y'all. I'll see y'all in a minute.
How you doing, Bobby? What's good?
We live already?
Yes, sir. We've been live. I had a 5-minute monologue.
All right. Well, welcome to the Elbow Drop Podcast. I guess it's just me and Ted Van Dam right now. Bones will be here a little bit later, but we in here. We live. We gonna do our thing. You doing all right, Ted?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, man?
I'm chilling like a villain.
That's good news.
I thought we were supposed to have a guest, but I don't think Bones sent the link to him.
I saw on the BWO that there was a certain what's it called? Competition, I guess you would say, about the greatest female wrestler.
Yeah, it's the tournament about the greatest female wrestler. Yeah,
it looks very interesting. Are all those final? Are all those put in place?
Yeah, those are basically with the group tournaments. Everybody sends in their list of nominees, and Bones basically takes their picks, and that's what makes the tournament. Basically, the group makes the tournament. He has us send 4, and he picks whichever one is available. So we technically don't know who our picks are, but we pick the tournament basically.
I got you. And then, who was your personal pick for the best female of all time in wrestling?
My personal pick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with the group list, I don't remember what 4 I put on there.
No, it's a personal thing. I'm asking you. I'm just
to me, the greatest for the past few years, I had said Sasha Banks while she was in WWE. I was gung ho that Sasha Banks was the greatest because to me, she's a part of the greatest women's match of all time to me.
Bailey.
And at a time in WWE, it was like everybody had their best match against Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
If you really go back and look at it. Now I'm not sure because she's being a little exposed here in AEW, so it makes me question my thoughts.
AEW, that's what they do. It's all exposed wrestling. Everything you didn't
All
want to see, you
exposed
see on
wrestling.
accident. It's like, oh man, I didn't want to know that about CM Punk.
Right.
Some things should stay private, bro. And AEW will expose.
It's not just that; it's just her skills are being a little exposed. Like
You think that's the case there?
WWE is great at exposing your strengths and hiding your weaknesses. WWE is great at that.
All right, I gotcha.
And that's why when I do a lot of GOAT talk and stuff like that,
Mhm.
that's why I value what they've done outside of WWE as well.
Right.
But
I would personally say, like, I was just speaking about the tournament. I just saw that AJ Lee lost early, and I was surprised at that shit.
I forgot who she lost to.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. I can see that.
I can see why, but like, I'm a WCW head. I remember Jackie, and her promos were kind of weird. All the female promos in WCW were weird. Like, they were always kind of yelling. Like, Medusa was like, ah, and then I remember Jacqueline always kind of talking like, you know what? Like, she always had something to say, but never had to say this. You know what I'm gonna say about you guys? Like, she always kind of sounded like weird, and I just comparing the promo skills, AJ Lee was like that shit she cut on the Bella Twins was the hardest shit I've ever heard like in wrestling in a long time. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was
like
mean.
that was almost as crazy as Punk's. Because she kind of exposed the shit out of that Laurinaitis Twins.
She's probably the best on the mic of all time as far as women.
Females?
I don't know any women who was really touching her pound for pound on the mic. So she has that for her. I think a lot of her flack comes from being in an era where the women weren't really doing shit. And it was like she was a big fish in a small pond.
She was like, because it was the Divas belt still, right?
Man, you're not going to start this show or what?
We are. We talking about women's.
Women's wrestling. On the intro slide.
Well, my bad. It's a two-man show. We're having a great time.
Right. I was
we are having a great time.
Because two-man turning, I don't know how that would have went. So
we're going to agree to hate all together. It's better if there's three of us to do that. Come on now. If it's two of us just hating on Randy, it's different. But three of us, it seems very.
It's getting to where we've gotten rid of all of Randy's bad decisions. Now it's just kind of weirdly seated.
No, I think he has secret picks. He has secret picks.
I knew it. All right, so since you are here to my right, well, I guess to my left technically because I'm pointing left. It's Beast Mode Bones. He's finally here. And with that said, let's start the tournament. So we have the Legion of Doom versus the Midnight Express.
What the hell is this?
So we all take a Legion of Doom, right?
The Road Warriors, no different. Move on.
What a rush.
Also, by the way, I want to point out that Love is supposed to be a guest today.
And I didn't know if you sent it to him or not.
I sent it to him at like 4 p.m. and recently. He offered himself
because I sent it to him recently too. I was like, I don't know if Bones sent it to him, but we were supposed to have a guest.
Well, you can't offer yourself and not give it. That's rude. That's what females do. That's rude.
Goddamn, Ted.
You're not allowed
Moving on. We have the Dudley Boys versus the Usos.
Ooh, that's hard.
Tough one.
That's my 1 and 2.
I think we might have reached a tough one here.
Dang.
Yeah, this could have been a final. Absolutely.
That's my 1 and 2.
Okay, so
it's a certain tier of that should be in the top 4. We just mentioned one of them with the Road Warriors, Dudley Usos. For me, anyway. I'm not even sure what order I put them in, to be honest, at this point. And this is real tough for me. Uh,
So the thing with the Usos, man, is they did a lot at a time where tag team wrestling was shit. And I know I just said that as a reason why people knocked AJ Lee, but I don't know. It's a praise for the Usos. And plus, that's why people knock AJ Lee. That's not why I knock AJ Lee. Let me get that out the way in advance now. And I can see the people knocking the Usos for the same thing, but I see it as a plus. Them and New Day carried that shit.
Yeah,
And they
it
had
was the
bangers.
only tag team champions. They were just trading the belt.
And then they were already successful in an even worse period of time with an even worse gimmick. And they found a way to reinvent themselves. And then they found a way to kind of, I don't really know if it's reinventing themselves, but they found a different way to shine with the bloodline recently. So that's tough.
Yeah, that's rough because the Usos are like my favorite tag team right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a WCW guy. Like I always say, the tag teams were kind of my jam back then. Like, and they still are.
Yeah.
And they did carry the tag team division. But the Dudleys, man, they were like dope in a time when everything was dope, and
Right.
it's like everything was dope. Like every match they had was amazing. I don't remember a bad. Maybe this is just in retrospect, and I'm speaking. I see it all in rose-covered tinted glasses, but I'll give it to. I want to say the Usos, but I'm going to give it to the Dudleys just because the Usos used their finisher, and their finisher is the shit.
Right.
That's the only reason why I'm giving it to them.
I think I'm gonna have to give it to the Dudleys, and it was for a point that I made earlier. The outside of WWE factor, like they didn't even make their name really. Arguably, they didn't even make their name in WWE. They made their name in ECW. They're ECW tag team that found a way to go from the little leagues basically to the big leagues and make their name there. And then after their WWE fame, they found a way to go back down to other places and make their name as well, whether it was in Japan, whether it was TNA, whether it was Ring of Honor. They did their thing a little bit everywhere.
Yeah. And they started off in a big ass group. Dudleys were like 30 deep.
Yeah.
It was like, and they stood out.
And they did them all, and they did all of that at each period when they went to go do it at. They did it at a period where it at least kind of mattered for whatever brand they were part of.
Yeah, everywhere they were, they mattered, except when he was they split up and he became like Pastor Devon or something like that. That was whack.
Yeah, it wasn't like they went to it wasn't like they went to Impact in like
and failed everywhere they went together.
In like 2019 when it didn't really matter, or they didn't go to WWE in fucking 2013, and they didn't go to ECW at the end or nothing like that. They did it all when those companies kind of mattered.
Yeah, that's true. And I think they helped make those companies matter.
I got you.
Who
you going with, Bones? Officially?
Dudleys. I've been just listening to y'all talking niggas in my mind. I'm going with the Dudleys.
Right. It was a hard decision. I think all three of us went with the Dudleys. This was a hard decision to make.
It was kind of hard.
For me, it was.
It's probably not getting no harder for me. Blue Chew.
Yeah.
It's a bit hard.
Yeah.
All right, this is another hard one. The Steiners versus the New Day.
I'm taking the New Day.
Why are you picking the New Day?
Maybe I just don't respect what the Steiners did enough. But
shit.
As far as the way I look at the Steiners, when were they like of an era or a period of time, the Steiners were never the best tag team.
That's debatable.
I don't know, man.
I feel
like when they were big, tag team wrestling was at its height. like its height. Like it was there
Early
were so
90s
many tag
WCW.
teams.
You're saying in
Huh?
WCW, the Steiners were the best tag team in WCW.
That's what I'm saying. It was like that tag team wrestling was it in
But
Arguably.
that's not
WCW.
what I'm asking.
That's just hard to say. But they were up there in the conversation at least.
I always up there, but
Like just like New Day and Usos are in the same conversation, the
it's such a
Steiners are in the same conversation.
it's such a
The
difficult comparison because you're comparing the New Day carrying when there's nobody to carry with versus the Steiners
right.
remaining at the top when it's hard to be at the top because there's so many other people at the top that's good. So it's a
Hmm.
difficult comparison. I will say that
Yeah.
they
Hmm.
black, I'm black. Fucking New Day.
I don't know, man.
I miss
Before
Big
you
E.
came back, I was just
I was
saying.
listening the whole time.
Yeah, I was saying that Sasha Banks has made it hard for me to be on the side of people who hadn't left WWE yet. She didn't got me back. She didn't got me back on the what have you done outside of WWE train. She made me realize that WWE does a great job at protecting strengths and hiding weaknesses
You
better
know
than
what you made me
everybody else.
realize?
What's
That a
that?
lot of people can leave WWE and go somewhere else, and we can read about what they did on paper and think that shit was amazing. If you read the shit that Sasha Banks did on paper in 10 years, you don't really know, but you're just like, man, she won the NJPW shit. Like, yeah, it actually look great on paper. All of it does. Everything she's done since she's been out of WWE looks like she's just continued her goat conversation. But you're telling me by watching it in real time, it's not true. I feel like the same could be true about all these other guys who I don't know what the fuck they were doing in JPW other than they won a title.
But in New Japan Pro Wrestling, it was more respected back then too, to where you can, if a guy went to Japan and did their thing, it was like okay, they
Wasn't
can
that
do
like
something.
the
New
old
Japan
territory
Pro,
thing? You
Didn't
had
Hulk
to
Hogan
tour in
win,
Japan and all those countries to become the
yeah,
world champion.
New
Or
didn't
like the
Hulk Hogan
Japan
win
old
a title or
has
something?
noticeably fell off in the past 7 years or so, 8 years.
Wasn't Hulk Hogan like in the main event while he was over there?
I don't remember if it was
I
the
thought he
main
was
event.
wrestling top guys.
He won like some tournaments and stuff when he was over there.
So then that make your whole argument null and void because he was trash over there.
He wasn't trash, man.
He was trash.
No, he wasn't.
I mean that shit.
He was not
It was
trash.
trying. He was trying and trash.
Man, I don't know, man.
Oh, Scott
Who you
Steiner
going
invented the
with, Ted?
Frankensteiner. Scott Steiner invented the Frankensteiner, and I really enjoy how his whole career he always did this. Like his whole career, if you watch him when he's 20 years old, he's like, eh. You watch him when he's 50 years old, eh. I don't know why that's entertaining to me. And I miss Big E. I really miss Big E. He was my favorite member of the New Day. So, but fuck. I'm gonna play Randy. I'm gonna go with the Steiners. I'll be Randy today. I'll pick the Steiners. I'll leave it up to you, man. Bobby, it's your choice. who sees the future in this tournament? But I picked the Steiners just because
I'm
like
gonna
you
go
said,
with
they went to Japan and everything else.
fuck.
They did
It's
everything.
hard.
They did everything at the time. They went to every company and became champions there. And that's why
I'm
I'm going
sorry.
for
I'm
them.
gonna have to go with the Steiners, man. And another big reason is
Fucking
that is
traitor!
because
Fucking guy, man. Go ahead, my bad.
oh shit. The New Day as of late has gotten kind of stale too. The Steiners
You hurt my feelings, man.
The Steiners never really experienced much of that because they broke them up at a good time and at a hot period of time too.
Mm-hmm.
So they broke up the Steiners before they started getting like really stale. Like okay, just some old guys. New Day been stagnant a lot lately.
And one thing I really enjoyed about like the Steiners and Harlem Heat, like every time the brothers faced each other, the older brother won. Like Rick always beat Scott, and Stevie Ray always beat Booker T. Like always in WCW. It's like that was it's like the big brother kryptonite. And it was like even when Scott was like world champion, everywhere he went, when Rick came out, he got like, oh shit, Rick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was dope. Like, they sold for their big brother, even though like their brother was actually less on the totem pole.
Right.
Like I really enjoyed that, and it's like you can see their relationship and how it's like, I don't know. Even when they broke up, they were still together. You know what I mean? Like when you see it on the
Because
outside.
we
Now,
wasn't used to it.
yeah.
Like, it's the Steiners, man. Forget all that. So the Steiners moving on. Now we got the Hardys and Harlem Heat.
Oh,
I choose Matt Hardy.
we gonna do that for the rest of the tournament.
All right, when you talk about the Hardys, things comes up.
You see, I fixed the picture.
Hardys and Harlem Heat. Harlem Heat.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious, man?
I'm gonna get shit by the I'm gonna get shit from the hoteps in the group. I'm gonna look like a self-hater between these past 2 rounds, but I'm going to Hardys, man.
That's twice this motherfucker did this.
I'm definitely taking Hardys, man, and I'm blaming Stevie Ray.
What? Did you not just hear my conversation?
Wait. You blaming Stevie Ray? So that means you're putting Stevie Ray below Jeff Hardy?
Yes.
What? What?
You heard it here, folks, on this episode of the Elbow Podcast.
Why?
Jeff Hardy was very important. I don't like
as much as you shit on Jeff Hardy.
Give him the credit. Jeff Hardy was extremely important to the Hardys as a tag team.
Who the fuck was gonna put him on the shoulders? That's Stevie's job. Booker T can't do that shit by himself. He didn't learn to do that shit till he became TV champ.
We also gotta consider the Harlem Heat as far as when they had Big T.
Big T. I wasn't even counting that. But...
All right, don't do that. Don't do that. Wait.
Wait,
come on, man. Damn it. Remember when they had Ahmed Johnson?
Yeah, that was Big T.
That was Big T. Oh shit. Oh, I forgot his name.
Booker T and Big T had to fight over the T.
His name was never T. He was always Ahmed Johnson. He was always Ahmed Johnson.
It goes to how important this Hardys was at arguably one of the greatest periods of wrestling. Not wrestling. That's the greatest period of wrestling, but
can't believe y'all shit on Stevie Ray.
One of the greatest periods of tag team wrestling. Like, you gonna argue either that era or the 80s gold eras when you talking tag teams, and they was an important part in that era, in the Attitude Era, and the fact that they went TNA and was successful, Ring of Honor and was successful. They reinvented themselves and still got over it and was successful with all of the broken and the Brother Nero shit. Like, they always found ways to be successful.
And the Harlem Heat started off racist.
He did. I forgot about that.
Because they're from Houston?
Yeah.
It's probably because they're from Houston.
Yeah.
They basically had like slave owners and shit. Like
they had the shackles on their ankles and shit.
And we're not talking about Mary.
Led by a white man named Colonel Robert Parker.
You know what? I heard a story about Harlem Heat that there's a big superstar that came. This is how Booker T said. A big superstar came to WCW and he looked at all the tag teams and he like yelled at the administration that Harlem Heat is the best tag team. And what are you guys doing? You're stupid. You guys should put the belts on these guys. And then soon after they had to create like the Harlem Heat run. That dude was Hulk Hogan. I'm just saying that's what Booker T says. And he says, I will never have anything bad to say about Hulk Hogan because he is the only guy that said we are the best. And at the time when no one would say that.
Booker T Hulk Hogan has said that he likes big black niggas.
Booker T?
He did say that.
Hulk Hogan like big black niggas. You don't have a problem with big black niggas. Those are the ones he like.
Big black ones?
Yep. Those are the ones he wants to fuck his daughter.
He loves Stevie Ray. And almost.
Man, you don't know how bad I want to make that a clip. But
do it.
Do it. Make it a clip. I'll put it on my personal page.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's funny.
Big black niggers.
You said it like that? That's I don't know, man. I don't get like
Oh
I
shit!
said,
The
I don't like to
elbow
know
drop,
bad things
ladies
about
and
my
gentlemen.
wrestler
The
about
elbow
wrestlers,
fucking
dude.
drop. But yeah, the Hardys is moving on.
Brother
All
Nero.
right, now we're at the rumor mill. It's been a lot of rumors going on in the wrestling world today. As you know, Bobby Lashley's contract is up with the WWE. They said that he is all elite, allegedly, or he's about to be all elite. I don't know if the ink has dried on the contract or if the contract has been signed. So let's pretend that it has. What y'all think about Bobby Lashley and AEW? How y'all think that's gonna be?
Bobby Lashley finna have. Here, you can show your face now.
Okay,
Bobby
well, okay,
Lashley
fuck.
finna have a dope ass 2 months at AEW.
Just 2 months, that's it?
That's what everybody else get. 2 fucking months.
I think he'd be better served if he went back to TNA.
He
Way better.
would be.
I think he'd be
Way
better
better.
served if he went back
He
to
can make
TNA.
motherfuckers start watching TNA again. He's not making.
Yeah,
He's not changing no needles for all elite wrestling whatsoever.
yeah.
First of all, it's gonna be 2 months.
It's gonna be him
100%
versus that
for
other
2 months.
giant black dude.
Number two, he's gonna job out.
Yeah.
Which, like, he might win. He might win most of his matches that don't matter, but every
hmm
single match that does matter, he's gonna lose.
I'd rather him go back to
He's
TNA,
100%
honestly.
not what they're looking for. They only use big guys to get killed by the like David. That's the land of David. They don't build any big guys for any purpose other
hmm
than to get slayed immediately. And I'm cool with you building a big guy and then having a guy overcome him, a la Sami Zayn with Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if
hmm
you're gonna build this big guy for like 3 weeks, at best you get a summer. Like, when the last time we seen the MJF bodyguard? What happened to the nigga with the big ass neck?
Yeah. It's
Brian
like
Cage.
Now
he'd
you
be
know who I'm
definitely
talking
better
about.
served in TNA. He'd have better matches. It's just like
You talking about you talking about two different people actually, I think.
Yeah, I
You
was
talking
talking
about
about.
Brian
yeah.
Cage
I
I
said
was
it
just
with a
still talking about
comment.
Bobby.
I said it with a comment in my head, but you couldn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't purposely. I actually knew the difference. I just couldn't remember either one of their names.
Yeah, Warlow and Brian Cage. They be on Collision.
Yeah. Bobby Lashley don't
I
need to
was
be over there.
Bobby
I don't
Lucky.
think so.
You know, you don't think they finna do something big with the Payne administration?
No. Quick answer. No, I don't.
And
If they
if
put
he
them
goes to
together,
TNA,
they will be just like House of Black.
he can still go back to the Rumble sometimes.
Man, you know what's gonna end up happening?
hmm
They gonna end up doing that shit, and they gonna end up proving Triple H right.
What you mean?
Because the whole controversy is that Triple H didn't want to put the Hurt Business back together, and they're gonna go over to AEW. They're gonna try to do it, and it's gonna end up making Triple H look right. Like, see, this is why I didn't want to put that shit back together. We wanted y'all to end on a fucking high note.
Yeah.
Because AEW is gonna mess it up.
Moving on.
But yeah.
Yeah, man. No fit.
What else we got? The AEW guys to WWE. So in addition to that, we got Ricky Starks, Daniel Garcia, and the Lucha Bros. Is rumored to be headed to WWE soon. How you think they gonna fare in WWE?
I think they'll get a fair shake to like
I think they're gonna
just
have
like
a good
everybody
time in
else.
NXT.
You ain't gonna have a what?
Good time in NXT. I think Ricky Starks is about to be LA Knight. At best. Like, at best, he gets some momentum behind him and becomes a mid-card champion.
I mean, that's kind of better than what he was doing in AEW.
It's far better than what he did in AEW, I'll say that, but people are kind of getting behind Ricky Starks like he's the next GOAT.
He pretty good on the mic. I say
Mm.
that.
I think so.
He got charisma.
I don't think he's in the right place. I don't think he's going to be in the right place at the right time. That's more my thing about it. It's like, it's so top heavy in WWE. It's hard to come there and fit.
Yeah,
And
Triple H got a plan.
you gotta catch the wave at the right time to get to the top, for real.
And
At this
Triple
point.
H got a plan.
He
You got to
has
fit in his plan somewhere.
He has the luxury of being Cody's friend.
I mean, that's
Cody can start a whole squad over there.
That gets you an NXT championship right there.
You said what?
Did I get you an NXT championship?
Cody's
You don't think
friend.
you
Hooray
don't
for
think you'd at
me.
least give him a world championship at some time?
Absolutely not. I don't think anybody. And there's always this conversation about nepotism and all that. Nobody gets championships from nepotism. No, not one person. Not in WWE. I mean, David Flair got a championship from nepotism, but that was WCW. And
I
WCW fucking up.
mean, Shane McMahon got a European championship.
Who?
Shane McMahon.
Oh yeah,
Shane
Shane
McMahon.
McMahon.
But Shane McMahon was dope.
Shane McMahon's a great. Shane
Shane
McMahon's a great.
McMahon was dope.
Not
Not
that.
to be
Not
fucked
that
up.
Shane McMahon.
You can't
Not
take
that
away
Shane
that he
McMahon
was
won.
dope.
Not the man who won a European championship. Nope. Bobby made a strong point that can't be argued.
Hmm.
But these real wrestlers, they actually get a shot at they get a nepotism higher into the company, right? At best they get a Dominic Mysterio run. The beginning of Dominic's run, where he was just, I'm my
Does
daddy's
Charlotte
son.
Flair count?
I mean, the whole isn't the Rock's whole family? Since Rock
all
took
Charlotte Flair
charge.
got was a shot, and she was just better than everybody. Charlotte was better than everybody by a long shot.
Yeah, she was.
First, at
Might still
first,
be.
it was like such a huge talent difference between Charlotte Flair and everybody else.
Until Oscar showed up.
Till Oscar showed up, but before that, like even Sasha Banks was like at the point Charlotte learned faster than everybody else. Sasha eventually got that good, but like Charlotte was here. Charlotte was here. Everybody else was here, including Bayley, who had way more time.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not saying it's nepotism like that because if she sucked, she would have been NXT flop.
Don't all Rikishi kids work at WWE though?
They on the way, but you can get in. You just can't get up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So like, I'm just saying, like,
how y'all think Daniel Garcia
the Rock's daughter
gonna fare?
Who?
Daniel Garcia. That's the one that do that stupid dance.
I mean, is he gonna? Is that copywritten or something? That's all he got going for him, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick. We're back to nepotism, real quick. Isn't fucking the Rock's daughter like the boss in NXT?
I mean, on paper, that's like to me, that's a negative. Like you can't be a wrestler, and all you get to do is be an authority figure.
Yeah, but all the other authority figures were NWA champions.
Nobody care about that.
Well, I'm just saying. They're all like proving on the mic. They're all proving on the mic.
Yeah, she's there to learn how to be on the mic though, because she's stuck.
I'm saying you have to talk as the fucking GM. And she was kind of bad. She was a zombie. You remember that? She was like email. She's like, right as a GM. But back to the next one.
Well, but before we go, I do want to say that I don't know why the Lucha Brothers want to go to WWE. I don't even understand that for them. I don't. That's not a fit for them. And
we'll see. Everybody wants to go to the big leagues, man.
We thought it's like a Lucha house party.
Oh.
Like that's not the big spot.
Dang, there might be a comedy.
That's basically what they gonna turn into.
But New Day proved you can be comedy and be champions at the same time.
They're not gonna be no champions.
Huh?
They're not gonna be no champions.
They gonna be in all the elimination chambers and tag team TLC's match.
And they're gonna lose to Miz and Truth, baby.
At best, one of them gets over and turns on the other, and becomes a mid-card champion.
And after they lose to Miz and Truth,
that's the hype. That's a
Miz and Truth gonna beat them.
And y'all know about the controversy with MJF.
No, I don't.
So, people in the black wrestling community was pissed at MJF. You know, he's been the international champion, and he turned it into like the American champion, and he's been doing the American foreign heel stuff when he wrestles overseas and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, like, first he had went to Mexico and he was in a whole bunch of red, white, and blue. He had the American flag, and he was talking about how America was the superior country and stuff in Mexico.
Yeah.
His latest thing, he had a defense at Rev Pro in the UK, and apparently he was facing a black guy there, and he came out in the red and yellow. He came out in the Hulk Hogan gear. and the black internet wrestling community was up in arms because it's like they're all like, how do you go and basically pay homage to this racist guy that called black people the N-word while you're going against a
Who
black
was he
guy?
facing though? Who was he facing?
I don't know. It was a black guy. That's all.
You know what I
gathered
bet?
from it.
You know what I bet, dude? You know what's funny to me? What I honestly think?
What's that?
It was the black dude's idea.
I didn't even think about
I
that.
don't know.
And
You guys are
probably
fucking marks.
right.
He was probably talking, how do we fucking do this, man? Like,
I
Hogan.
can see that.
I bet. Because how do you think of that? It has to be a black dude that comes up with that idea. There's no way. This is wrestling, bro, and we're all marks. This is what I honestly think. A white guy can't think of that. I would never think of that. That's why I was just like, oh, I know exactly how this idea came about.
It's
Because this is a team effort. When you put on a match, even if I get laying on my back, we still come together. We got to make people want to see us both again, no matter what. I'll make you look dope, make me look dope. We're talking about this match. And that nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I would have never known about this match if this shit didn't happen, bro.
That's
fucking genius.
MJF.
This is him, bro.
MJF
what do you expect?
Is a heel magnet. That's what he does. He pisses people
He flicks off children.
He flicks off children.
Bro, what do you want from him? If you're pissed on him, that's what he wants. And it's like, I get it. It's like I get it why you'd be mad, but don't be a mark about it.
And like it fits because
it's so fitting. It's so genius. Whoever thought about it?
Than dressing up as Hulk Hogan
and the thing is,
black guy. And
I'm not white. I'm not black.
American, being the most American person in wrestling in all time. Like you don't get more heel than that.
Right. Especially facing a black guy. Genius. I guarantee you it was the black dude's idea. Because I'm a brown dude, and when I think of Hulk Hogan, I honestly that doesn't come to mind. Because he not to be fucked up, when it doesn't happen to you, it doesn't happen to you. And then you never really hear about it. So I know when he said it about the black community, I was like, oh shit, that's fucked up. Right. That's fucked up that Hogan said that. But it's like that's not the first thing I think about of people. Because I try not to do that. When someone does something fucked up, I try not to think about it. I'll see the good in you, whatever, for what you, especially as a public figure. I don't give a fuck. Like Mel Gibson is psycho, but I like his movies. You know what I mean? What is like, so is Tom Cruise, but I'm not gonna fucking stop watching Mission Impossible. It's a fucking dope movie. You know, but so it's like Hogan's a good wrestler. He was like you know, but that everybody says shit they shouldn't say out loud. You know, but now there's recordings and shit that's like, oh damn. You know, so it's like now
as a black man, it's always
and it's like, but that's the first thing in your mind. I get it because it's so offensive. It's so offensive.
Yeah.
And like, but I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. I don't think MJF would have thought about that. I don't think he would. He thinks of Hulk Hogan because I don't think of Hulk Hogan. Like when I think of him, I just think of like that dork. I don't like him anyway, you know. But like, I liked him in the NWO because I like heels. It's like when this motherfucker wrestles twice a year. You know? He's pissing everybody off. You know that shit is. He spray painted the belt. That shit was fucking crazy heel shit. And it's like, I love when people get pissed off. And it's like,
I don't think he was wrong in that at all, man. He did his job.
Yeah.
He did what it was supposed
it's like,
to do.
I honestly don't think MJF is clever enough to think of that because it's like, it's just like not what you think of Hulk Hogan. I think that black dude came up with it.
I think he can, especially because he's commented.
He's such an asshole.
Before. Yeah. And he's commented on the Hulk Hogan and called him a racist piece of shit or whatever he said. I can see him coming up with that.
Yeah. You know what? Then it's like that he did it. I think he really means it when he says that about Hulk Hogan, but he did it for this reaction. This exact reaction.
He 100% did it for that reaction.
I mean, and it's funny, like, how could you dress up like that so you feel the way you do?
I brought it up because people
so
need
you hate
to
my guts.
lighten up, basically.
Huh?
I brought it up because people need, just to say that people need to lighten up about it.
Yeah, I think it's funny, man. I think it's just wrestling, bro.
When I saw it, it was genius. I laughed.
Oh yeah,
it's a good, hearty laugh about it when I saw it.
I honestly, to be very honest, I do comedy here, and like and whenever I do have free time, which is very like small, and I absolutely love like racist jokes, especially Asian racist jokes, but only if it's new. But if I hear something like dope, like that's something to be applauded. You really
Yeah.
gotta, like, it's like it's hard to be like have a new, it's like I don't know. I just appreciate crude humor, and
Yeah.
I wish that was something that was more that it's just humor. Like I wish that was more accepted, but I get it. This is getting too deep for this
I wanted.
podcast.
I feel you. I feel you. We go off topic like that a little bit. That's what we do.
But
I wanted to wait on Bones to get back for this next topic. He always goes away. He went away the original time that we fucking talked about it, which is why we're bringing it back up.
But hold on,
And
real
now
quick. Let
he
me answer
went
this
right
question.
in.
Let me answer this question. Was MJF wrong? Yes, but he did it on purpose.
I don't think he was wrong at all. There's nothing wrong about it.
I mean, he was wrong with the fact like he knows it's wrong, but he did it on purpose. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of wrong, but that's why you're doing it. But in the heel sense, he did everything right.
All right,
He did everything perfect.
I'm gonna skip over because
If you want to wait for Bones, let's skip over it.
He keeps leaving at the wrong times. We're gonna skip over that next topic and we're gonna go to this topic right here. It's Jimmy Uso. So there was a post going online that was talking about how Jimmy Uso has basically.
There we go.
All right, go back. We gonna go back one and keep it in order. We'll come back to the Jimmy Uso, Marty Jannetty stuff because I wasn't finna skip over this again and talk about this without you again, dude.
It's the only reason I'm here. I'm definitely not here for any other shit. I want to point out that I don't give no fucks about that MJF thing, and I don't even know why we talking about it on the show. I didn't disappear the whole time on purpose. I wanted to say that while we were on it, but I tried to give my son medicine, and 2 times he threw the medicine away, so I had to go get more medicine.
Oh, dang.
Gotcha.
Be like that.
Yep.
It don't be like that. He normally just take it. I don't know what's up with him tonight. He was just throwing that shit.
Oh. I thought that's what he usually do because with his autism and stuff. You always talk about he throwing stuff.
His medicine ain't nothing.
USA just won gold, man. Let him throw shit. Let him throw shit. USA just won gold. He's celebrating.
All
right. So Logan Paul. We had this discussion last week. Bones had left for a minute, and we all kind of praised Logan Paul's reign. But Bones and some people that I've been saying online, it's been divided opinion about how good Logan Paul's reign was. So was Logan Paul's reign actually good as U.S. champion?
No.
What was bad about it?
The lack of representation on the actual TV show. The fact that it's the workhorse championship, and you're like the argument really is that the praise was given that he made that title more visible, and now we care about that title more than we did before he had it. No, we do not. We don't give no fucks about that title still. Right now with Logan Paul holding. And right now with
LA Knight.
LA Knight holding it. We still don't give no fucks about that US title whatsoever. We care about him winning the title. It wasn't because that nigga was on talk shows with the belt. It was not because he was on talk shows with the belt. It was like, oh, we really want LA Knight to win the title. It had nothing to do with him being on LA.
It helped. It helped though. It helped that we cared about him winning the title because the title was visible. Logan Paul made that title visible.
Whoa,
he had that
that's a good point.
How are you speaking from an angle that you don't even see from?
Because it happened.
You wasn't watching the shit that he was on with the title. You just know that he was on it. But you was watching wrestling and you didn't see it. So how are you able to speak from a viewpoint that you don't even have?
Because you hear people saying that he was on this, he was on that. When you stuff like that, it brings in eyes, it brings in viewers.
I did see a short.
Look at that.
I did see a short of about his podcast, and he was talking to somebody. And he always has the belt like on display, whoever he's talking to, and he always kind of talks about WWE to everybody.
Exactly. That does
but at the same time, he doesn't do it on SmackDown.
It does a lot for WWE.
I understand both of your points. Completely.
It does a lot for WWE. It does. It doesn't do shit for the U.S. Championship.
Yes, it does because that's the belt that they see. That's
They
what they
don't know
see.
what
That's
that
what's
belt means
visible.
because they don't watch wrestling.
They just go
The
Logan.
people
That's a
who watch
Logan Paul
wrestling and
belt.
The
see
fucking
that
belt.
sees it, and it's like, oh yeah, cool.
Oh
It
yeah, he
brings
works the belt.
prestige to. It
They say,
brings
oh yeah, he's
prestige
a.
to that title.
They say, oh yeah, he's a wrestler.
Yeah, but then
Meanwhile,
at the same time, so they'll see his match, but then he has a dope ass match because his matches were always really, really
word,
good. To be very
word,
honest.
they are really really good, and they do make people see how good wrestling is. It didn't do shit for the U.S. Championship.
I
It
But he
just
was a
didn't.
disagree.
he was
It
a he was a
did.
champion though. He held the belt, and now
He
like
was
and
the
then he
champion,
was a good wrestler. So LA Neat beat him. This guy must be better than Logan
and
Paul. Yeah,
now
yeah,
we care just as much about that just as much about that title as we did with Shinsuke Nakamura held it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Shinsuke Nakamura
yeah.
had that title.
The U.S. Championship
I didn't even know.
was
Shinsuke
it?
held that belt like the
I don't
Intercontinental
think he
Championship in
did.
Japan. He held that bitch for like a year.
Did he have was it the
He was
IC
just
that I'm thinking
dancing with
about?
it. Just like,
You
That
said
was when
what?
you don't remember his drunk
was
ass?
that the IC that I'm thinking about when the IC title was trash too?
Yeah, I think that's
Okay,
what you're thinking about. He
I'm
was
confused
IC title.
because it was on SmackDown at that time
Mm.
when
Yep.
he had it. Point
And the
being,
thing is, SmackDown is majority the Bloodline show anyway.
Yeah,
so
We
that
do
is the
wouldn't have
Bloodline
cared
show.
anymore if we saw Logan Paul on the show with that title. Doing what?
I don't
Laying on
disagree
there
with
doing
you.
what?
My argument is not that he needed to be there more. My argument is that he ain't do shit for the title. That's a whole different argument. He didn't raise that title up at all. He raised up what Logan Paul raised up was the stock on Logan Paul, a wrestler, and WWE. He gave
In
Logan
Prime.
Paul the wrestler and WWE visibility. While he was
Which
In
in
holding a
Prime.
turn
non
giving that belt this
he was holding
visibility.
he was holding a nondescript title to people who don't know what it was. To people who do know what it was, he just wasn't wrestling.
That I disagree. It made the title feel prestigious because it's
That
right
shit
there. And you're
didn't.
like, oh damn, he's that champion. He's the U.S. champion. He's that champion. He putting eyes on the bread. That's basically what you're doing anyway. That's basically the point of all of these champions. All
No,
of
that
these champions'
shit.
point is to
And
bring
then you
in
say some wild.
viewers.
Then you said some wild shit. I didn't even know somebody. I
Man,
appreciate it.
getting packages.
Yeah, dude,
I
just scary, man.
You said I said some wild shit about what?
Man, just scary all we walked up ahead and said, I thought it was you. I didn't know you wasn't in there. And he just walked up. I was like, oh, hey, my drink. Whatever. Hey, we're thirsty. All right, so that
No, I
nigga
said
turned
I
down
said
there.
some wild shit about what?
You said some wild shit like the Intercontinental title is not better higher up than the U.S. title right now.
I care
You're
a
both
little
kind of.
bit more about the U.S. title than I
You a
do
goddamn
the
liar.
IC
No,
title.
really?
You agreed
Especially,
with me last
especially
week.
you might have said that shit, and then if you had said that shit and you changed your mind today, I would have gave you a pass. You really watch Raw and SmackDown, and you feel that way?
Braun Breaker?
I was talking about at the end of that show, at
Yeah.
the end of
You just
SummerSlam,
but you just said right now
when I
you
made
feel
the
them.
statement, and I
Exactly.
was
And that's
repeating back. I was repeating back what you said, what the statement was for people who didn't hear me
okay.
last week.
And you ain't taking it though, right? You don't agree.
I'm not sure. I
You
gotta
got
I
it's
gotta
only
see.
if it, you should be sure first of all. If you were sure then if Logan Paul raised it up that much to where you just care more about the title than the title,
Slightly.
one show of each title shouldn't make you question your stance anymore. It was
At
one
that
show.
point in time, it was because I cared more about LA Knight winning it.
Oh, okay. You,
All right, good
yeah,
talk.
but all
So
right.
we gotta go home at
You
some
guys
point.
are never gonna agree. I mean, because
I
I
think
see both of
Logan
your
Paul had
points.
a really good reign in the story.
I
I
think it
think
was
he had.
decent.
You think it was decent?
I don't think his reign was bad. He could have showed up more and had more matches. That kind of stuff. But I don't think his reign was bad. What else were they gonna do with the U.S. title anyway? Besides be trash. So I don't think his reign was bad. My whole
In
beef
that
was with
case,
the statement that he raised up that title specifically.
but who was the champion
Populated it.
before Logan Paul? Who was the champion
They don't
beforehand?
nobody know that.
See,
I don't. Rey Mysterio, wasn't it?
Oh
He
fuck,
beat
he
Rey
was.
Mysterio.
He was.
I think.
I don't know.
Damn, he beat Rey Mysterio.
But to be fair with the U.S. title, I'm not. When the next person beats I can't. I don't. First of all, number one, I can't name the person who's holding the U.S. title right now for some reason.
L.A.
So,
Knight.
LA Knight.
Yeah.
when the person
Yeah.
whoever beats L.A. Knight in 3 to 6 months for that title, I'm not going to be able to tell you who L.A. Knight beat for that title.
It's probably gonna go back to Logan
I'm
Paul
gonna
though.
remember Logan Paul.
It's probably gonna go back to Logan Paul.
But you also remember Rey Mysterio. This is a me thing. I'm saying specifically. I'm not going to remember. So I don't feel like that makes a good argument for anything that I don't remember who Logan Paul
No,
beat.
I wasn't even trying to make an argument. I was really genuinely asking.
No, I thought you were trying to say he made it better. Okay.
No, I just really don't
Jimmy
know.
Uso, the Marty Jannetty. If a post been going around saying that Jimmy Uso has officially become the Marty Jannetty of the tag team, you know what people
Hell
mean
no.
by being a Marty Jannetty in a tag team. And a lot of people disagree. Me personally, I don't see how you can disagree with that assessment. If you want to be technical about what technically the Marty Jannetty of the tag team is.
This is the thing. The argument for you, anyway, is whether or not you mean actually what Marty Jannetty was or what the phrase has actually become. If you argue about what the phrase actually become, then 100%, yeah, Jimmy Uso is the Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. If you argue what the phrase has become, then no, Jimmy Uso is not the Marty Jannetty. If you're talking about what Marty Jannetty actually was, then yeah, 100% Jimmy Uso is Marty Jannetty.
No,
But
I
if we're
don't
talking
think
about the
so.
phrase itself,
You don't think
Now,
when Jimmy
how
Uso
not?
come up, you don't think when Jimmy come back, he's not gonna get a pop if he come
no,
back with Roman
nah, a little bit,
for real?
No.
little bit, not
I
much.
think he's gonna get a big ass pop if he and him and Jimmy come back or him and Jay come out to help Roman. I
Not
think
much.
that's gonna be crazy. Or Sammy
I mean,
or the three. You know what I'm saying? Like him, Sammy, or like you know what I mean? Jay and Sammy come back, or then Jimmy comes back to help him. That was like
Not much.
Jimmy and Sammy were my
Like he gonna
shit.
like if
And
Jimmy
if they're
comes
back
back, he's gonna
together,
get a situational pop. Not because we just so excited for him, but we excited for the situation. Sammy
oh
coming
man,
back
I
to help
like
the
Jimmy,
bloodline
man.
is gonna be a
I like
Sammy pop.
Jimmy, man. You crazy,
yeah,
man.
that's gonna be I agree with Bones on that.
I think Jimmy's better at Tekken.
But my thing
Jimmy
is,
is Jimmy is the more charismatic one. Jimmy, they both the same level of wrestler. I don't know why people be trying to act like they different. They have the
They're
exact
twins,
same
they're
leadership
identical
and
twins.
communication.
They're
Like they,
identical twins.
it's a
I,
reason. It's a
Jay's in better
reason for
shape.
that.
Jimmy's taller.
Jay has built
Oh, yeah?
himself up to be the better
Like
one. Jay has built himself up to be the bigger star.
Jay has been in a better situation.
Yeah. Because Jimmy is naturally,
How?
he seems like he'd get along with
Like
Sammy.
Jimmy is the more charismatic of the two. He just is. His natural charisma is stronger.
Yeah.
Jay just happens to have been in the best situation
How was he in a better position?
because Jimmy got hurt. If
What
Jay
about,
got
what
hurt,
about, what about before Jimmy got hurt?
they were a tag team.
No, they wasn't.
They were twins who we didn't know who looked like what.
No,
Yeah,
no.
that's true. I couldn't tell them apart.
I'm talking
They were
about at
active
first.
at the
I'm
same
talking
time.
Yeah,
about
me too.
I'm talking about day one of the Bloodline storyline. Jimmy Uso was hurt. That's why Jay
Yeah.
Uso got to be a solo guy. We wouldn't even have that otherwise. And then from that point on, Jay was always here to Jimmy. So it was always situational. If Jay had been the one to get hurt and Jimmy, there's no reason I can't believe that Jimmy wouldn't succeed just as well. And Jimmy wouldn't have took that place. Because Jimmy
That
is
was
the most charismatic of the two. He actually is.
that was the dopest. Like, I remember Daniel Bryan saying some shit like, "I do what you can't, Roman. I made Jimmy Uso or Jay Uso tap out." It was the hardest shit ever. I don't know why.
Whether it's
I don't know why I
situational
just
or
remembered
not,
that.
I'm sorry. Tough shit for him. He still ended up being the weaker person in their singles run.
And this is the point, though.
I like them both, man.
The
I
whole
don't know. I
argument for
don't hate
Marty
on that.
Jannetty is that the reason Marty Jannetty just fell off is situational. It's not talent wise. It's not a talent argument. But if you're talking about that's if you're talking about the actual Marty Jannetty, it's not a talent argument. It's a situational argument. That's why I can agree.
It
If you're
is.
talking about actual talent, Marty Jannetty should have been an IC champion, definitely coming out of the gate. Exactly, and it was all himself, not his performance. The shit he was doing outside of that, which is the same thing with Jimmy drunk ass Uso.
I agree,
No,
but the
because
But what I'm
term
saying
came
is,
on the
about.
mic,
But the
there's
term came
oh, it's
about
different.
because Shawn Michaels ended up being the bigger star because of the situational stuff,
And
thus
he's
the
better on the
term
mic
the
too. You can't
Genetti
just
because
just say
of
that.
the gap.
the term has
Jimmy and
more.
Jay has that gap,
When
and
people use that
technically,
term, they're not using it based off of who's gonna be Janetti. Like when we say somebody's gonna be Janetti, we usually say it before they even break up, right? And we're saying this person is Janetti
yeah,
because this person,
they're saying it as a prediction.
yeah.
Genetti's
When we
just
say it, we're usually saying this person is less talented than that person.
oh, that's
I
crazy,
don't
man.
think that. I
I
just
don't
think
know.
that they
That's
feel
why
like
D'Angelo Dawkins is
this person is gonna be at a higher position than this person.
because he's less talented, not because he's gonna fucking go get drunk and get a DUI. Like nobody's saying that because they expect to get a DUI. Otherwise,
I
otherwise
don't know
Jeff
what
Hardy.
people. I don't know what people mean by genetic. Then
That's what I'm
I'll say
saying.
that.
Like if you was talking
I
about, if
guess
you're
I don't.
technically talking about exactly what Marty Jannetty is, then I can't argue with you at all because
But the
that's
thing is,
100% what Jimmy is.
no,
So damn.
actually,
So what does
I
hold on
do
real
know
quick,
they do that.
real quick? What does Genetti? What does this term mean to you guys right now? Is it just like a shit? Is it like such like? Is it really
The
bad or is it just like
genetic of the
lesser?
tag team is the one that doesn't get as high as the other one as far as success.
I don't think they're done yet though. I think maybe right now it's like, but they're gonna be back.
All right, you guys, we've enjoyed you being here, even though I see zero people watching. As much as we've enjoyed being here, I've been Beast Bones. That was Ted Van Dam. That was the Iceman Bobby Miller. Live from the top rope. It's been the elbow drop. We'll see you guys next week at the exact same time of day on the exact same.